Hey, English learners, welcome back to the Open Mind Studio. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex.
So, Alex, I want to talk about questions because a good one is the difference between a real conversation and a dead one. And we all know the dead version, where how are you gets you good, you, and then just good. And the whole thing is over before it started.
Good. The conversation killer. And you're right, it does feel like your fault. You asked the question, so now the silence is yours to fix.
It's yours to fix, and you don't know how. And here's the thing we want to give you today. That silence is almost never about you being boring. It's about the question. A weak question can only ever give you a weak answer. And a good question? A good question can open a person right up.
And the wonderful part is that good questions aren't a talent. They follow a few simple patterns. Learn the patterns, and you'll never be stuck at good again.
And I care about this one more than almost any topic we've done. Because there was one conversation years ago on a train with a total stranger, and he asked me a single question that I still think about to this day. It genuinely changed how I talk to people.
One question?
One question. But I'll tell you what it was at the end, because it'll mean more once you've seen the patterns it came from. So, let's build up to it.
Another cliffhanger. All right. The first pattern, and you can use it in your very next conversation. Ask open questions, not closed ones.
Yes, so a closed question can be answered with one word, usually yes or no. Did you have a good weekend? Yes, door closed. But an open question needs a real answer, a sentence, a story. What did you get up to this weekend? Now they have to actually tell you something.
Think of it like a door. A closed question is a door with a lock on it. It only opens one way, yes or no, and then it clicks shut again. An open question is a door propped wide open with a breeze coming through.
Let me show you. Alex, ask me a closed question about my week.
Did you have a busy week?
Yeah? And now what? You've got nothing. Try it open.
What was the busiest part of your week?
Oh, well, Wednesday was chaos because... And now I'm off, telling you a whole story. Same subject, completely different door. So the trick is tiny. Most closed questions start with did, do, are, is. Most open ones start with what or how. So, listener, quick one. Take a did you question and turn it into a what or how question. That one swap changes everything.
Now, the second pattern. And this one fixes a mistake almost everybody makes. Be specific, not general.
Ooh, this is a good one, because it's the opposite of what people expect. You'd think a big general question gives people lots of room. How was your trip? But a huge question is actually hard to answer. It's too big. So the person panics a little and says the easy thing. It was good.
It's like someone pointing at an entire country and saying, "Tell me about it." Where do you even start? But if they point at one small spot, what was the best meal you had there? That's easy. You can walk right to it.
So you make the question small and specific. Not, how was the wedding? But, what was the best moment at the wedding? Not, how's work? But, what are you working on right now? Let me show you. Alex, ask me the big version.
So, how was your weekend?
Fine, yeah, good. Dead. Now small.
What was the best thing you ate this weekend?
Oh, Okay, so there was this tiny place, and they did this thing with roasted lemons. See? You gave me one small door, and I walked straight through it. So the phrases are easy. What was the best part of? What surprised you about? So, listener, take a big question and shrink it down to one specific thing. Smaller questions get bigger answers.
Now, the third pattern. And this is where a conversation stops being polite and starts being real. Ask about feelings, not just facts.
Yes, because most questions ask for facts. What do you do? How many people were there? When did you move? And facts are fine, but facts are the skeleton. The feelings are the actual person.
It's the difference between asking about the outside of someone's life and asking about the inside. What do you do is the outside. What do you love about it is the inside. And people are quietly longing for someone to ask about the inside.
Let me show you. Alex, you just started a new job. Ask me the fact version.
So how many people work in your team?
9. Correct and completely dead. Now the feeling version.
How did it feel walking in on your first day?
Oh, honestly, terrifying. I sat in my car for 10 minutes first, and now you're actually meeting me, not my job. So the phrases to keep ready. How did that feel? What did you love about it? What was that like for you? So, listener, after a fact question, add a feeling one. How did that feel? That's the door into the real person.
Now, the fourth pattern. And this one's about what you do after they answer. Dig deeper, don't jump wider.
This is such a common mistake, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Someone gives you an answer, and most people immediately jump to a brand new topic. They keep starting new, shallow little conversations, one after another, and none of them go anywhere.
It's like digging in a garden. Most people dig a tiny hole here, then a tiny hole over there, then another one. Shallow holes everywhere, and they never reach anything. Digging deeper means you stay in the same hole, and you go down until you actually hit water.
So when they say something, don't leap away. Go down into it. Let me show you. Alex, tell me one small thing.
I've actually started running lately.
Now here's the shallow jump. Oh, nice. Do you swim as well? See, I've already left. I've started a new hole. Now the deep version. Oh, what made you start running?
And now I'm telling you something real. Maybe I needed to clear my head. Maybe something happened. You went down, not sideways. So the phrases are simple. What made you? Why do you think that is? What's that been like? So, listener, next time, instead of a new question, ask one that goes deeper into what they just said. Deeper is where the good stuff lives.
Now, the fifth pattern. And this is the brave one. Once in a while, ask the real question.
Yes, because most conversations stay safe. We ask the small, polite, expected questions, and we stay near the door where it's comfortable. But every so often, you can gently ask a bigger, realer question, and it's a gift.
It really is a gift. Because a brave question quietly tells someone, I think there's more to you than this, and I'd like to see it. Not heavy, not strange, just real. What are you excited about right now? What's been on your mind lately? What are you proud of that you never get to talk about?
And you'd be amazed how people respond. because almost nobody asks them these things. Most of their day is, "How are you? Fine. Good." So when a real question arrives, something in them wakes up.
Let me show you the jump. Alex, small talk version,
So, busy week?
and the brave version.
What's something good that's happened to you lately?
And suddenly we're having an actual conversation, not filling silence. So, listener, this one takes a little courage. Once in a chat, ask one real question instead of a safe one. Watch what happens. It's remarkable.
And a real question is exactly where your story ends, isn't it? The train.
The train. It's time.
The stranger. And the one question. Go on.
So, years ago, I was on a long train journey. Hours. And I ended up sitting next to an older man. And at first, it was the usual. Where are you going? Is this seat taken? The weather. Small talk, slowly dying the way it does.
The train version of good. Good.
Exactly that. And I'd honestly given up. I'd gone quiet, looking out the window, and it had been a hard year for me. A quiet, invisible kind of hard. The sort nobody around you really notices. And then this man, out of nowhere, turned to me and asked, "What's something you're proud of that you never get to talk about?"
Oh, that's a good question.
It stopped me completely. Because nobody had asked me anything like that in, I don't know how long. And I found myself telling him about this small thing I'd quietly done that year, that nobody had noticed, that I was secretly proud of. And Alex, I nearly cried. On a train, in front of a stranger. Because it was the first time in a very long while that I'd felt seen.
Because he'd asked the one question that reached the real you.
The real me. That's exactly it. And as he got off at his stop, he said this thing I've never forgotten. He said, "People will always ask you what you do. Almost nobody asks you what you love." And then he was gone, and I sat there for the rest of the journey completely changed.
And that's when you understood what a question really is.
That's when I understood. A good question isn't a way to get information. A good question is a gift. It tells the person in front of you, there's more to you than the surface, and I want to see it. And the strange, beautiful thing is, you give that gift, and it comes right back to you. Because now you're actually meeting people, instead of just standing near them.
And it costs nothing. Just a better question.
Just a better question. Should we go through the words from today?
Let's do it. Our vocabulary corner. Meaning first, then a few real examples. First, an open question. A question that needs a real answer, not just yes or no.
For example, try to ask open questions. That's a good open question. And open questions keep the conversation alive.
Next, a closed question. A question you can answer with one word, usually yes or no.
For example, that's a closed question. I asked too many closed questions. And a closed question can end a conversation fast.
Then, to dig deeper. To ask more about the same thing, to understand it better.
For example, let's dig a little deeper. She dug deeper into the story. And don't change the subject. Dig deeper.
Next, curious and curiosity. Really wanting to know more about something or someone.
For example, be genuinely curious. I was curious about her work. And Good questions come from curiosity.
Then, to feel seen. To feel that someone truly understands and notices the real you.
For example, that made me feel seen. Everyone wants to feel seen. And a good question can make someone feel seen.
And one more. Meaningful, important, and full of real feeling, not shallow.
For example, we had a meaningful conversation. That was really meaningful to me. And better questions lead to meaningful talks.
And if any of those went by quickly, no worries. Play this part again and try one sentence of your own with a word you liked. So, let's pull it all together.
Asking better questions comes down to 5 patterns.
1. Ask open questions, not closed ones. 2. Be specific, not general. Small questions get big answers. 3. Ask about feelings, not just facts. 4. Dig deeper into their answer instead of jumping to a new topic. And 5. Once in a while, be brave and ask the real question.
And the big one, from the man on the train, a good question is a gift. It's not a way to get information. It's a way to tell someone, there's more to you, and I want to see it.
And here's how to make it stick. Don't try all 5. Just take the first one. Open, not closed. In your very next conversation, turn one "did you" into a "what" or a "how." That single change does most of the work.
And come tell us in the comments, what's the best question anyone has ever asked you? The one that made you feel seen. We'd genuinely love to know.
We read every single one.
And if this one helped you, a like, a subscribe, or sharing it with a friend who's working on their English means the world to us. It's genuinely how more learners find us.
And thank you for spending this time with us. And notice, you just followed this whole conversation in English, right to the end. That was real practice. Feel good about that.
And there'll be a new conversation waiting for you here soon. So, until then, keep going, keep speaking, and go easy on yourself. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next one. Bye for now.